Hello, welcome to a little Kinstretch for your shoulder magic moment. We're going to get into some deep shoulder strengthening and opening up a little space in the capsule, as well as some scapular work to support. The shoulder joint really needs to have those two pieces working independently and together, and so we're going to shed some light on those dusty corners in today's class. For props, you will need enough floor space to lay comfortably on your side and some good cushioning, so we're going to be doing a little bit on our forearm. And you will also want a yoga block or nice sturdy pillow to put under your head for some side-lying positions. And then you'll also need a little bit of wall space that you can stand next to and place your hand on, or be in tall kneeling next to. All right, team. So for this first warm-up section, you're just going to find a position that's comfortable for an upright spine. So that could be standing, seated in a chair, kneeling as Will is showing now, or tall kneeling, whatever feels best for your body. We're just going to start warming up with some neck cars. So take a deep breath in, pack some air down, stabilize the midsection, and then start tucking your chin into your throat, starting to find neck flexion, bringing your nose to your chest, and then trace your collarbone to the right with your chin. Starting to find some stretches on that left side, tipping your right ear back over your right shoulder, and then taking that chin point to trace a rainbow across the ceiling until you're looking all the way over past your left shoulder. Coming in, and once you find that center point on your chest, go ahead and rewind. Go the opposite direction. And we're just going to tick-tock back and forth like this, working for time, so no need to count your reps here. As you explore your neck's full range of motion, again, just a reminder to make it feel good. Find stretches and sensations of contraction that are pleasant, not sending any signals of stress to your nervous system. And just check that you're still breathing as you're circling. Finding that smooth, controlled 1 mile per hour pace. Keep circling back and forth for another 20 seconds here. Exploring those stretches and what motion you have in your neck today. Very nice. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wherever you are, let that go. All right, beautiful. We're going to sample our scapular cars, which we'll work with a lot in different capacities today. For right now, you can either have your arms down by your sides or at chest height. Feel out what feels best for you. Deep breath in, create some good trunk stability, and then start to draw those shoulder blades together, squeezing in towards the spine. Slide up like a shrug, push the shoulder blades wide across your back, and then stay wide and drag them down towards your waist. Repeat. Into the spine, up like a shrug, wide across your back, down towards your waist. Keep circling in that same direction, trying to connect all those points as smoothly as you can, and just taking note of where there are any sticky zones, little sounds coming from your body. Or perhaps there are some of those directions that feel like they're not accessible yet. That's also okay, and that's useful information. Pause wherever you are and reverse direction. Again, breathing, even though you're holding that brace through your midsection. That brace is important here because the spine likes to move and pretend it's part of your scapula. So we want to keep that spine nice and quiet. Just let your shoulder blades slide around on a nice stable rib cage. Beautiful. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that go. Very nice. Okay, now you're going to come onto your back in a supine position, and I'll have Will do head towards the camera. Perfect. Yes. Here we have some options, team. We're going to be working with our shoulder capsule car or GH capsule car. And you're going to just bring your, for this set, both arms out to the side. So like a mini T shape with your elbows about shoulder height. If you'd like to add some intensity to your core brace and that feels good for you, you can flatten your back into the mat and bring your legs up into tabletop. If it feels better, just leave the feet on the floor, go for that. And then from here, you're gonna rotate your upper arm bones such that your knuckles move down towards the floor by your waist. And then when you can't rotate any further without pain or pinch, go ahead and rotate in the opposite direction so that your knuckles come back towards the floor by your eyebrows. Keep rotating back and forth here. Noticing if your arms feel different side to side. Usually they will. Most of us are asymmetrical, yes? Just trying to wring out as much rotation as you can from that bicep area, remembering that your elbow and everything south of there is along for the ride. Beautiful. Last 10 seconds here. As you start noticing where that motion stops, meaning you're asking for more rotation, but it's just your body's not obliging you with it, have a little squeeze moment there where you just see if you can knock at the door of a little more range and start to connect to the muscle tissues that are pulling you into that position, contracting, or that are being asked to stretch to allow you into that position. Good. Last 3, 2, and 1. Relax and bring those feet down if you had them up. Fantastic. Okay, team. So now we're going to take that scapular car, but we're going to look at it one at a time. And we're going to offer a little closed chain position so you have something to relate to. So this is where you're going to need your wall space. You can either come up to a tall kneeling position if that's comfortable for you, or you could be standing. We're going to keep Will tall kneeling just so we stay in frame with you. And you're going to place your hand against the wall directly out from your shoulder. From here, we want to get that nice core brace. And then you're going to start by pushing the wall away and spreading that shoulder blade away from your spine. From there, try to come up like that shrug again, and then slide in towards your spine, and then down towards your waist. While you're down there, again, push the wall away, send the shoulder blade away from the spine, and keep circling in that same direction. Beautiful. Keep moving and breathing. Your range of motion might feel really different in this context, so respect that. Don't feel like you need to have the same range as you did when you were in open chain or in your arms down position. Just explore what's available here and really use that push of the wall to feel the active protraction phase. That's the part where the shoulder blades are going away from the spine. Pause wherever you are and reverse direction. Good. Keep breathing. Check in on that braced midsection, still staying strong. Nice. Exploring those corners. Keep circling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that go. Great. Okay, turn yourself around. New hand on the wall. Deep breath in. Create that good brace, nice stiff midsection, and begin by pushing the wall away. Get your shoulder blade to slide away from your spine, then up like a shrug, into the spine, and down towards your back pocket. Keep going. Away from the spine, up like a shrug, in towards the spine, down towards the back pocket. Those are your cardinal directions. Keep feeding them in as it helps you. Find your own pace here. We're working for time. And feel free to spend a little extra time in any sludgy corners. Move a little more slowly through those sections to start giving your nervous system a little more information about what's going on there. Good. Wherever you are, pause and reverse direction. Whew, beautiful. Still breathing, I hope. Still bracing through your midsection. Finding that smooth scapular motion and pushing the wall away from you as you spread that shoulder blade wide each time you come to that section of the circle. Very nice. Keep circling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Fantastic. Next up, we're going to work on the shoulder blades' ability to come in and down. And we're going to need a little something to prop under the head because we're going to be lying on our bellies. So grab a little hand towel, rolled up, works well. We're going to use a sweatshirt. And you're going to come down to a face down position with your hands propped and like you're in the bottom of a push-up. So your hands are right by your armpits. And we want to keep the chest nice and heavy to the floor, such that you're not starting to arch your back as we do this next drill. We're just trying to get scapular motion. So take a breath here and brace your midsection, make your chest nice and heavy. Draw the shoulder blades into the spine, nice squeeze, and then really slide them down towards your waist as much as you can. If you can feel a good contraction in between the shoulder blades, try to ramp that up, maybe even flirting with a cramp. And then make your hands light to strengthen that contraction. Maybe they come off the ground, maybe they don't. Hold for 5, increasing 4, increasing 3, increasing 2, increasing 1, and then set down with control and let those shoulder blades go. So you can feel the contrast. Let them go nice and wide. Good, let's do that again. Squeeze the shoulder blades into the spine, slide down, ramp up that contraction in between the bottom points of your shoulder blades, and then make the hands light for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return with control. Let the shoulder blades widen. Let those muscles relax. Beautiful. One more time here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Slide down. Ramp up a good contraction. Make the hands light and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let that go. Fantastic. All right, gang, we're going to come back to those one-armed scapular cars, and this time we have an optional progression for you. You can stick to the hand on the wall drill if that's what's feeling nice and safe. Otherwise, you can try this pseudo side frame position. So Will's setting up with his elbow under his armpit and the forearm at about a right angle, and then the hips are going to stay on the ground, which is a little different than our usual side frame. And then from here, we're going to try to find that same unilateral scap car. So brace your midsection, push the ground away to send the shoulder blade away from the spine. Slide up like a shrug into the spine, and then down towards the waist, woof, and then push the ground away once again. You got it. Keep circling in that same direction. Breathing in there somewhere. And if you can, if you're in the side frame, use that whole forearm to press heavy into the floor. Really drive the floor away to help pull some strength into the shoulder. Wake up those stabilizing muscles that surround the shoulder blade. Good. Pause where you are and reverse direction. Beautiful. You got it. Keep finding that smoothest path. And I want to really challenge you, as the shoulder blade comes into the spine, don't let that be a passive action where gravity just smushes you towards the floor. Can you actively slide that shoulder blade into the spine? Try to connect to and use the muscles that we found in the last exercise where we were laying on our bellies. Keep circling for 3, 2, 1, wherever you are, let that go. Switch sides. Good. Setting up with elbow under armpit and brace the midsection. Push the ground away. Spread that shoulder blade wide away from the spine. Any amount might feel like nothing. Shrug up to your ear. Pull into the spine. Active pull. Stay squeezed to the spine as you slide down towards your waist and then again, push the ground away. You got it. Keep circling in that same direction. Noticing what's different on this side. Letting your neck be long. Keep breathing through those braced abdominals. You're doing great. Pause where you are and reverse direction. Pulling the shoulder blade into the spine. Pushing up into that shrug and pushing the ground away. Good. Pulling or pushing. I challenge you to make this as active as you can. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let that go. Fabulous. Grab your forehead support. Come back to your lying face down or prone position. Hands as though you're in the bottom of a push-up. Chest nice and heavy to the floor. Deep breath in. Brace the midsection. And pull the shoulder blades in first. Then slide down towards your waist. Ramp up that contraction to make the hands as light as possible for 5, 4, get more, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Release the shoulder blades. Beautiful. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. Slide them down. Make the hands as light as you can for 5. Ramp up that contraction. 4, 3, increasing, 2, increasing, 1, and back down. Let the shoulder blades widen. Beautiful. Last one, best one. Heavy chest. Brace the midsection. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. Slide down. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Make the hands light for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down and let the shoulder blades go. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to come back to that pseudo side frame position, and we're going to incorporate now our scapular protraction, so that pushing away of the floor, with a little movement of our thoracic spine. So watch one with me, and then we'll do it all together. I just want to point out some key things here. So as we do this and set up, I want you to push the ground away. So Will's going to really anti-shrug, push the ground away, and try to get the shoulder blade to wrap forward into the armpit. Throughout this move, we want to keep lots of space between the neck and the shoulder. So really open through here and really open in the chest. One danger here is that the shoulder can really roll forward, which Will can do safely, but for some people this is a no-go position. So we want to keep that chest nice and open. And then the move is keeping that protraction, pushing the ground away. You're going to turn your t-shirt logo and hollow and round your spine. So you're trying to push your spine up towards the ceiling, get your chest hollowed up away from the floor, but keep driving that shoulder blade wide and keep lots of space here. Then you'll bring your hand down to rescue yourself and just reset. Yeah? So come on down with us. We'll do a few reps all together. Elbow under the armpit, fist planted nice and strong, or open hand if that feels better for you. All together, push the ground away. How far can you spread that shoulder blade actively away from your spine? Keep that action alive as you start to rotate, turning your chest towards the floor and hollowing your chest, rounding, rounding, rounding away from the ground. Stay here for a breath. Full breath in, full breath out. Could you push the shoulder blade a little wider? Could you round a little bit more? And then opposite hand goes down to rescue yourself, and use that to reset the position. Again, press the ground away. Can you get that shoulder blade to slide even further? And then start to round and twist. T-shirt logo towards the floor and hollow the chest. Stay for a breath. In, fill, fill, fill. Exhale, can you hollow anymore? Can you push anymore? And then use that other hand to rescue yourself and come back. One more. Press the ground away. Keep that press alive. Start to rotate, 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 hollow. Stay for a breath at your end range, wherever that is for you. Use the exhale to try to get more, and then rescue yourself with the other hand. Beautiful. Okay, that side that we were just working, we're going to come right into our sleeper position for internal rotation, pails, and rails. So, that side you were just propped up on, you're going to now lay down on that side and you're going to scooch something comfy under your head. We want to mimic that feeling of protracting the scapula, even though now you're resting on the ground. So that elbow is going to push forward actively. And then we're going to start to explore your range for internal rotation. So you've got that nice right angle at your arm. You're going to try to start to rotate your bicep towards the ground. And we're looking to open up a stretch in the back corner of the upper armpit area. You might feel this more shallowly or more superficially, I suppose is the right way to say that, and that's okay. All that flow of tissue connects. The other variable to play with as you want to bias the stretch is to try to turn your t-shirt logo a little more towards the arm. Lots of ways to judge this for yourself, so let's chat if you need a little extra help there. And then this top hand is going to come onto the wrist. You can add a little bit more range here if it feels safe, moving more into your passive range. We just want to make sure that the shoulder blade isn't popping up and out from under us, that we're keeping it nice and steady. Stay here and take a few breaths to settle your nervous system. Scanning to make sure you feel adequately safe. It can feel unfamiliar, but if it feels actively nervous-making, probably not going to be a productive place for us to work yet. We want to build that comfort slowly. Another deep breath. Beautiful. Okay, now this top hand becomes an immovable object. The bottom arm is going to try to rotate towards external rotation, but the top hand holds it steady. We want to start this as close to 0 as we can and slowly increase our way up to a 20% contraction, building at a nice, steady, slow pace. Good. Hold that 20% for 15 seconds. Go for it. Hold and breathe. Maintain. Ideally, feeling that you're contracting whatever was stretching now in a long position. That's what we're after with our pails. 3, 2, 1. Stay in position, but just slowly fade that contraction away. If you feel that your shoulder is really willing to rotate a little bit more into internal rotation, take up that slack for the second set. If it's not giving you that extra space, don't force it. Another deep breath. Top hand is that immovable object. Start to try to unwind the bottom arm, starting as close to you can as a 0 and working your way up 1%, 2% effort, 3% effort, slowly making your way up to 20%. If 20% is feeling groovy, you can increase anywhere up to a 50% effort as feels right for you. We're going to hold what feels right for 15 seconds. Ready? Hold and maintain. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Keep thinking rotation. Trying to twist that upper arm bone for 3, 2, 1, and slowly relax it. Beautiful. Okay, from here, take that block out from under your head and just roll right onto your back. That arm that we just worked, we're going to repeat our capsule car, but now just on one side. So you can use your other hand to monitor the position of your shoulder blade. And again, if you want to add that extra core stability just to turn up your total body irradiation and intensity, you can bring the legs up into tabletop. Brace your midsection, whether your feet are up or down, and start to rotate that arm that was just working into active internal rotation. Find your end, and then rotate in the opposite direction. Back and forth. Breathing, even though you're holding that nice strong brace through your midsection. Feeling your whole spine connected to the ground. And this is a chance to reassess. Feel what's different as you're moving through using that deep shoulder capsular tissue that we just gave some pails inputs to. Nice, team. We got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wherever you are, let that go. Okay, gang, we're going to run that whole sequence on the other side. So you're going to set up on your new arm in the pseudo side frame position. Again, this is where we want to keep lots of space between the neck and shoulder, nice open collarbone chest area. Press the ground away. Send that shoulder blade as far away from your spine as you can, and then start to rotate your t-shirt logo towards the floor as you also round your upper back. Stay at your end range for a deep breath in. Exhale, can you hollow? Yeah, and round any more. And then use your other hand to come onto the floor, take some pressure off that shoulder, and set yourself back up for the next rep. Use your whole forearm here. Push the ground away. Send that shoulder blade away from the spine. Can you push it further? And then keep pushing as you rotate. So two things. Push the ground, rotate. Push the ground, rotate. Push the ground, rotate. Find your end and pause. Take an inhale. Use your exhale to round more, push more. Beautiful. Use your other hand to rescue yourself and reset. Last one, best one. Push the ground away. Send that shoulder blade away from your spine. Rotate. Keep pushing, keep rotating. Keep pushing, keep rotating. The two actions help each other. When you find your end, pause. Take a breath in. Use your exhale to push the ground away. Round more. Widen that shoulder blade. And then use your other hand to rescue yourself. Fabulous. Come right down onto that side, grabbing the support for your head. Elbow pushes away from the chest. Shoulder blade follows that same action we were just working. And then find your active internal rotation, twisting your bicep. And then you can bring your other hand onto your wrist. And if it feels okay and safe, encourage a little bit more internal rotation to find your passive stretch. The other variable to play with here is turning your t-shirt logo towards your rotating arm. Finding the best stretch you can. Beautiful, team. Take a couple breaths here. As you're breathing, this is a chance to check in with your neck. Could you allow your head to rest so that you're not holding unnecessary tension in the neck? And can you really inhabit the stretch sensation that you're feeling? So you get very clear on what that tissue is. This really helps us when we go to pails to make sure we're igniting and lighting up the contraction where we want that contraction to happen. All right, deep breath in. Stabilize the midsection. Start to try to unwind the arm towards external rotation, but your top hand is too strong. Slowly inching up from 0 effort to 20% effort. Take your time building that contraction. And then hold that 20% effort for 15 seconds. Go for it. Maintain, nice and easy, steady as she goes. 3, 2, 1, stay in position and just slowly relax the contraction, settling back into a no effort version of this position. Again, if lots of slack presents itself, take it up. If not, don't force it. And we'll go round 2. Brace midsection, start to try to rotate, slowly ramping up to 20% effort. Again, if you're new, you might find that you jump to 20% and have to actually roll it back to ramp up a little bit. That's okay. You're going to build those skills. Now, if 20% is feeling safe for a second hold, you're invited to ramp up to anywhere between 20 and 50%. That's right for your progress at this point. Find that effort and hold. Maintain, breathe, match pressure with the top hand. 3, 2, 1, stay in position, but just slowly fade that effort all the way back down to 0. Beautiful. All right. Let go of your hand. You can take your block out from under your head, roll right onto your back. And we're going to grab those same capsule cars. So opposite hand can reach over and monitor your shoulder blade position. And if you'd like, you can add flat back, brace through the midsection, and legs and tabletop. Totally optional. Start to rotate towards internal rotation. Bring your knuckles towards the floor and then rotate towards external rotation. Fabulous. Back and forth like that. Working for time. Smooth effort. And as you find that place where your body stops rotating, but nothing's in the way, right, on the internal rotation, you can have a little tiny fight for more moment where you're pushing for a little more effort. Starting to find what are the muscles that would pull me into rotation. Beautiful. If you run into the floor as you get external rotation, that's another place you can add a little isometric, pressing into the floor for a moment to get a little extra zhuzh for your external rotation tissues for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Come on down. All right, team, enjoy those shoulder and scapula upgrades. We'd love to hear how that felt for you, and thank you so much for taking some time to get down on the floor and give your shoulders some love.